Hello, my radiant soul. I am Luna Celestine, your guide through the unseen, the celestial, and the deeply personal. And if you are here especially as a Leo, know that this message is not a coincidence. It has found you for a reason. This first week of June is no ordinary stretch of time. It is a portal, a sacred corridor between who you've been and who you're becoming. I know you've felt something stirring beneath the surface, a quiet roar in your chest that refuses to be silenced. Perhaps your dreams have grown more vivid, your thoughts more restless, your heart more demanding of truth. That's not restlessness, my love. That's your soul preparing to rise. The cosmos is not whispering anymore. It is calling your name. And this week, as the fire of Mars ignites your sign, and the stars press upon your consciousness with urgency and love, you are being asked to reclaim your throne, not through pride or performance, but through presence, purpose, and the pure power of becoming who you truly are. Stay with me, Leo. There is so much we are about to unlock together. This week, as the cosmic portal opens between June 2nd and June 8th, the energy is not simply celestial, it's deeply personal, especially for those walking the Leo path. If you have felt a strange fire in your chest, a restlessness that no routine or distraction can soothe, know that this is your spirit responding to something ancient and divine. The universe is not whispering, it is roaring. And Leo, you were born to hear it. The pressure behind your eyes, the tingling in your palms, the flicker of heat at the back of your neck. These are not random symptoms. They are activations. They are your body aligning with the rhythm of the stars. And as Mars enters Leo on June 6th, the flame within you begins to rise. This is not just motivation. It is power, pure and unfiltered. After weeks of navigating emotional waters, you now step into solar fire, into visibility, courage, and unapologetic expression. You are not being asked to wait. You are being summoned to lead. This portal is not just about change, it's about reclaiming your throne. The mind expands under the Mercury-Jupiter conjunction, but it is Mars in Leo that gives you the strength to act on what you know. While others may tremble at the intensity of this shift, you, Leo, are built for radiance. And this week, the universe hands you the spotlight. Your timeline is not only shifting, it is being rewritten by the way you choose to show up in truth and confidence and full heart. Certainly, here is an expanded, spiritually rich continuation of the weekly astrological highlights channeled in the voice of Luna Celestine and attuned to Leo's path of radiant transformation. As we cross the threshold of June 2025, the heavens begin to orchestrate a cosmic progression so intricate, so perfectly timed, that it cannot be dismissed as mere planetary movement. For those of you under the sign of Leo, for those with Leo energy, pulsing somewhere vital in your chart this week is less of a timeline and more of a turning point. The sky is not merely aligning around you, it is opening through you. It begins on June 2nd, as the first quarter moon rises in Virgo, casting a clarifying light on all that has been incubating since the Gemini new moon on May 26th. Virgo energy is often underestimated, but this lunation is no whisper. It is a sacred demand. And for Leo, who so often leads with passion, fire, and spontaneous vision, Virgo serves as the sacred editor, cutting away excess, refining intention, sharpening purpose. You may feel an urgent pull to reorganize, to purge distractions, to ground your ambitions into tangible form. There is no room now for wishful thinking or vague ideals. If you have been circling the same thoughts without action, this moon phase breaks the cycle. The universe doesn't just suggest movement, it insists upon it. And Leo, you were not born to hesitate. You were born to answer such calls with heart, with courage, with radiant truth. Then comes the great confrontation of the week, Mercury squaring the North Node in Pisces on June 5th. This aspect is subtle to the untrained eye, but deeply karmic in its influence. Mercury in Gemini speaks in facts, logic, and clarity of thought, while the North Node in Pisces beckons towards soul mystery and transcendence. For Leo, this clash can feel like a rift between the mind and the soul. You might find yourself overanalyzing what your intuition already knows. You may feel torn between taking a bold step forward and clinging to the safety of the known. But here lies the alchemy if you allow the mind to soften, if you quiet the mental chatter, and allow your inner compass to speak. You will realize that the path forward is already within you. Watch for synchronicities. A familiar phrase repeated by a stranger. A dream that stays with you for days. A sudden shift in awareness. These are not accidents. They are soul codes. And this week, they are trying to guide you home to yourself. Then almost in divine orchestration, June 6th arrives, and with it a monumental energy shift. Venus returns to Taurus, her sanctuary, and Mars blazes into Leo, your sign, your heart, your element. The contrast is stunning and purposeful. Venus in Taurus settles the spirit. She brings softness where there was static. She teaches you to find beauty not in the noise of performance, but in the slow, steady presence of love, value, and embodiment. This is where Leo learns to receive not applause, but intimacy, not attention, but authenticity. Let her show you how to ground your desire in reality. Let her remind you that loyalty, presence, and pleasure are not luxuries, they are your divine right. But Mars in Leois, the ignition of everything that's been waiting to come alive inside you. This is not motivation. This is resurrection. After weeks of Mars moving through the emotional waters of Cancer, where action has been clouded by protection and memory, the warrior planet now steps into your sign with a roar. This energy pulses through your spine. It clears the smoke from your vision. Suddenly, the dream you've been holding becomes a calling you can no longer ignore. Mars in Leo awakens your sacred role as creator, performer, and sovereign leader. If you've been afraid to be seen, this energy will gently push you into the light. And once you feel that warmth again, you will remember it is not the world's approval you seek. It is the freedom to fully express your soul. Then as we approach the crescendo of this portal, June 8th delivers the crown jewel Mercury's conjunction with Jupiter at 29 Gemini. The final degree of a sign always carries an urgency, a climax, a soul echo. But when Mercury, the messenger of mind and voice, meets Jupiter, the planet of truth, expansion, and divine understanding, something shatters open. This is the moment when the questions you've been asking receive answers that echo beyond intellect. For Leo, this is a mental awakening with a purpose. You may feel the rush of clarity, so strong it leaves you breathless. A vision may emerge fully formed, or a sentence may rise from your lips that surprises even you with its truth. This is not ordinary thinking. This is divine download. And just when you think it cannot go deeper, Mercury glides into Cancer mere hours later, bringing all that mental brilliance into the realm of heart emotion and sacred memory. This shift from air to water, from Gemini to Cancerous, your invitation to integrate, to let the lightning of thought meet the ocean of emotion, to not just understand your path, but to feel it, to trust it, and to walk it with unwavering heart. Leo this week is not merely offering you transformation. It is summoning it. You are not just being moved by planetary energies, you are embodying them. Your voice is the voice of Mars in Leo. Your heart is the temple Venus returns to in Taurus. Your mind is the vessel of Mercury's great expansion. You are not here to wait. You are here to rise. And rise you shall. And then as the portal's energy intensifies, the shifts become undeniably physical. Your body begins to speak a language older than words, a language written in heat, pressure, and vibration. You may feel sudden aches in the palms, tension fluttering between the shoulder blades, or a pulse of energy rising at the crown of your head. These are not symptoms to be dismissed. They are activations. They are the whispers of your chakra system aligning, recalibrating, to receive the frequencies flooding in from the cosmos. And for Leo, Ho's ruling planet is the sun, whose essence is vitality and life force. These sensations are especially potent. It is as if your inner solar core is awakening, reminding you that your body is not separate from the stars, but a mirror of them. The perception of time too begins to shift. Hours may stretch unnaturally. Dreams may feel more real than waking life, and moments of déjà vu may come with a strange emotional weight, as if you've lived them before in another timeline. And perhaps you have. This is the nature of timeline convergence. It does not arrive with loud announcements. It arrives subtly in the moments when you blink and feel yourself slip between dimensions. Leo, you are deeply attuned to rhythm and story. And so these disruptions in time will not feel like chaos to you. They will feel like the stage being reset, props moved, lights changed before the next act of your destiny begins. And with that shifting comes a purge. Not a gentle release, but a deep sacred clearing. You may wake one morning unable to tolerate what you once accepted without question. The food you loved may now taste dull. The environment you once thrived in may feel suffocating. And relationships, especially those built on performance obligation or energetic imbalance, may suddenly show their true face. This is not you unraveling. This is your soul demanding alignment. Leo is the sign of authenticity, of heart-centered truth. And under this portal, anything that dims your light will become unbearable. You are not here to carry the weight of old identities. You are here to burn through them. So if you find yourself crying for no reason, feeling waves of grief or anger that seem disconnected from the present, trust that it is your body cleansing what your mind cannot. These are not regressions. They are rites of passage. The sadness is sacred. The irritation is informative. The discomfort is divine. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding what you are no longer required to be. Because the version of you that emerges after this week, after the fire of Mars, the grounding of Venus, the illumination of Mercury and Jupiter, will be clearer, stronger, and more aligned than ever before. Leo, you are not just evolving. You are stepping into the truest radiance of your being. And your body, your spirit, your story, they are all preparing for that unveiling. This week does not simply end at imprints. What you think, feel, release, and choose during this sacred window between June 2nd and June 8th will echo far beyond this moment. It is not just an energetic shift, it is a soul milestone. One of those rare thresholds where life feels divided into before and after. And Leo, you more than anyone understand what it means to arrive at such a moment. Because you do not evolve quietly. You transform like the sunrise, bold, unmistakable, impossible to ignore. You cannot go back now. Not to the smaller version of you who dimmed your truth for the comfort of others. Not to the places where your light was tolerated, but never celebrated. The universe has conspired not to change you, but to reveal you. And as the fires of Mars and Leo rise, and the clarity of Mercury meets the wisdom of Jupiter, something permanent ignites within. You may not have all the answers yet, but you are standing in a new frequency, a version of you, who leads not from ego, but from essence. This portal has not asked you to become someone else. It has called you to return to your original light. And that return, Leo, is your power. From this point forward, you are not chasing destiny. You are embodying it. The choices you make now carry the weight of a future self whispering, thank you. Thank you for being brave enough to listen, to feel, to act. This is not about perfection. It is about alignment. It is about living from the core flame of your spirit, even when the world expects performance. So go forward now, not cautiously, but with the boldness that your soul has always known. The sky has shifted and so have you. Let your next steps be lit, not by fear of the unknown, but by the radiance of who you've always been becoming. You are no longer preparing. You are arriving. And so, beloved one, as we close this sacred transmission, I invite you to pause, not just with your mind, but with your heart. I am Luna Celestine, and it has been an honor to walk beside you through this extraordinary passage. I know this energy may feel overwhelming at times. The intensity, the clarity, the letting go it, can stir up ancient fears and unexpected grief. But trust me when I say you are not breaking down. You are breaking open. This week has not come to test your strength, but to reveal it. The cosmos does not open portals without purpose. And you, radiant soul, were born for this moment. Everything that has been rising within you, every flicker of intuition, every calling you've tried to ignore is part of your return to truth. Let it rise. Let it move you. Let it change everything. You are not walking in circles anymore. You are spiraling upward into a more luminous version of yourself than you've ever dared to imagine. And if your heart is trembling, that's only because it knows the future is no longer waiting. It is arriving through you. Until next time, take gentle care of your energy. Speak your truth, even when your voice shakes. And remember, you are not alone beneath these stars. I see you. I honor you. And I will meet you again on the path.